Hey guys, welcome back to Inside the Storm. I'm your host Zane, and today we have a really special episode. We're going to be talking about the clubs as a whole and a couple of reflections on the year so far. And today we're joined by Ziggy, our president, who we're very happy to have back. Well, how are you going, first of all?
Oh, it's good to be back. Alhamdulillah, can't complain.
We thought we'd do a quick check-in because we spoke to you a month into the season, I think. So it's been a little while. So I'm sure your duties have been have increased exponentially since then.
No, not at all. When I signed up, I expected to take out the garbage bins like you saw just before. No, alhamdulillah. Look, it's been a long season.
Yep.
And we're close to the end, but every year we're growing. Every year we're learning. We're not perfect, but we're on the road to improvement, and we're showing that. So that's the positive. We look at the signs, and most of the signs are positive, and we're heading in a positive direction.
100%.
So that's the most important thing.
Well, you mentioned that we're almost at the end. Obviously, I think the big thing on the line currently is obviously the seniors.
Yeah.
And currently in a good position. Alhamdulillah, everything's going well. But the trajectory is win the league at the minute. But obviously, nothing's done till the final game's done. But for you, what? We ask the senior players and Serge and stuff, how do you achieve that goal? But for you, what does that mean for the club to achieve that goal?
Yeah. Look, this year in particular, it's a very important objective because of the structure that's going to come into place next year with 7 tiers in the state league. So that adds a lot more pressure this year onto a lot of the state 5 teams. And that's why I give credit to the players in the senior team. They've really dealt well with that pressure. And the coaching staff and Nick is our TD and the committee have really sort of rallied around that team to help support them. We don't maybe have the best resources or the same resources at other clubs, but we try our best to do what we can with what we've got. And at the end of the day, the players have performed on the pitch. They've undertaken their part, so we're really happy about that. And I think it's a reflection of the effort and the hard work that they've put in. So it's something they deserve because it's a long season. It's a hard season. They've battled all the way through it. They've faced a lot of challenges and struggles, and they've overcome them. So first and foremost, the players deserve that credit, and they deserve that success, and the coaching team, for getting them there as well. But it's part of the big picture of the club. We want to have the right level of football played here for when our under 12s and our under 14s and even our under 10s and our under 9s reach that opportunity or reach that level where they're ready for senior football.
Absolutely.
We want that to be at the right level. So we want to retain the quality in the players that we have, and we want to attract a high level of quality. So we had to start the journey. It's been difficult. It'll probably still be difficult for a couple more years. But we hopefully, inshallah, look back at this in 5 years and reflect back and see these were the building blocks that allowed us to build a successful club for the youth that are here, for the talent that is here.
And I mean, you've been to quite a few of the senior games. Like most recently, like Footscray, for example. What are your thoughts on how they play? And kind of, is that were you expecting the level of quality and because obviously they've only lost 2 games the whole season. So were you kind of expecting that level of dominance and quality that they kind of put out week in week out?
Look, I would describe it in one word: exciting. They play in a very exciting brand of football, which is entertaining and enjoyable. You see that the players give 100%. They play at a very fast pace. So that comes with its own sort of risk-reward trade-off. It's attacking. Sometimes you can get caught out. But what I think's been really positive is the way they've reacted. Reflect back on the game against Wyndham, for example, where they were 2-0 down and came back and won 3-2. They've had quite a few sort of tough away games, even tough home games. That was a home game, but it's the resilience. and it's the attitude of never giving up.
Yep.
And we see that within our younger players as well.
Sure.
Sometimes, slightly different. We might not have sometimes the most talented players, but they're hardworking.
Yes.
And they're committed, and they're pushing themselves to the limits.
Yep.
To play well. And you see a lot of those qualities in the senior team.
Sure.
Like I said, it's a season. While it feels like it's gone past really quickly, it's actually a very long time.
Oh,
it's a very hard slog.
22 games, right?
Yeah. And the harsh winter conditions sometimes.
It's not easy. It's not easy to play sometimes.
You're kind of like, do I want to train tonight? Do I want to, what's it called, play this game? So, like I said, it's a credit to them because
Absolutely.
They've turned up every week. They've put in the performance every week. Honestly, I don't feel like they've had any really bad performances. They've had, maybe some poor parts in certain games where they would like to learn and improve, but you see that they're quickly adapting, quickly learning.
Absolutely.
And again, that's a real positive to sort of see that we're not dwelling on a loss.
Sure.
Or we're not dwelling on something that didn't go our way. Yeah. We're looking at, okay, how can we learn from it? How can we adapt?
Yeah.
And for the whole season, everyone's been chasing us. And we're not quite there yet. There's a few more rounds to go. But inshallah, if we keep up the same attitude, keep up the same work rate, we'll get there.
Trophies, yeah. And for you, how does that? I mean, there must be a certain bit of like pride for you as a president, being like, in our first year, we've put the people in place and assembled a squad that is, looking like it's going to win the title in its first year, which is really difficult for an established club, especially when you're going against teams like Truganina, like Bendigo, Spring Hills even, who've been established, have really solid facilities, massive coaching staff. So for you, that must feel like a real achievement. And
yeah, I mean, look, like I said, for me personally, it's more about building the right future here, about building the pathway. But like I said, I'm very, very happy with the results, how they've been, and I think, like I said, first and foremost for the players themselves, because I can see the hard work that goes into training. I can see the commitment that they bring to match days and the desire to want to win and to want to get the results, and that's paying off for them. So, look, we continue to work hard, we continue to do the right things, and the results will fall our way. That's the way we look at it. But yeah, look, it's a real positive. Hopefully it allows us to build some momentum, build some excitement in the community. Success always, I think, brings attention.
Yes, absolutely,
as well. So, that's something positive. That's something that we want. We want people to associate our club with success. At all levels. So, that's a challenge that we put for ourselves, and that's a challenge that we put in front of the coaching team
100%,
at the start of the year. And as I said, it hasn't been easy. It's been a very difficult road, but everyone's played their part.
Sure.
And there's a lot of effort that goes on behind the scenes to sort of keep things moving. But when we're not done here. This is the start of it.
100%, yeah.
This is about building that momentum, and like I said, building that pathway in the future.
Sure. And for you, what were some of the kind of lessons that you took from the season so far? Because you mentioned that next year, obviously there's going to be things that you want to change next year, but what are a couple of things that you're kind of keenly looking at as potential areas of improvement or things that you want to focus on next year?
Yeah, look, it's always a challenging question. And I think we'll have a bit more time as the season comes to an end to sit back and reflect and look at everything in a lot more detail. But there's small things. How can we build a better connection, build a bit more of a community around our club, get that supporter base more engaged at all levels. That is. A club like this as well heavily relies on volunteers and people invested in the club, wanting to be part of the Newport Storm family. So again, that's an area that we constantly look at. How can we improve things there? The obvious ones are things like facilities.
Yep.
And services and the level of service we're able to offer
Yep.
to both the senior teams and the junior teams. So
Sure.
how can we improve things from that perspective? How can we, make it an inviting ground?
Yeah.
Make home games inviting.
Except for the away teams.
Yeah,
Right? Except for the away
yeah. Yeah, that's all good there. If you've seen the away change rooms, it's all
Yes.
sorted. But on a practical level, there's things like the pitch and the pitch conditions, which we've done a lot of work on this year. But again, that's an area that needs improvement. We're very happy with the support we've been getting from our state MP, Melissa Horn, and from Ryan Hooley in the council as a deputy mayor as well. And as you can see now, the fencing is starting to take place. So that's very exciting for us. Hopefully later in the year, better lighting as well. So some upgrades to lighting. So, every year it's these types of improvements which might
incremental, right?
Incremental, but they're going to help us build a better club, build a more welcoming club as well. And like I said, particularly for our home supporters. And shelter's a big one. It's a winter sport. I've been to a couple of training sessions myself where it's just like it's freezing. And that's a challenge for parents. That's a challenge for everyone. Who does want to do the right thing and does want to engage with the club, but they just don't have that facility available to them. So I think a social room and a social area is again another big target or big focus area for us looking into the next year. But like I said, we want to improve things for the players, for their families, for our community, and for those. We laugh about the away, but
for everyone,
we do want to have a good experience.
For everyone,
especially at junior level. At senior level, maybe we can.
They're good enough. They can come. They can come play.
But we want to be a welcoming club, an inviting club, they're things that we look at and try and work on in the future. Inshallah.
Good. No, that's fantastic. So, if you were to kind of sum up the season so far at kind of all levels, because I think you have so much, usually on the pod we talk more about the senior level, but you have such a great insight into the junior level. So if you could kind of give a few words on the season for both the juniors and the seniors. Yeah,
look, I think what's been a standout for me year on year is the level of improvement that you see and the progress that you see at all age groups.
Sure.
So you look at our under-7s teams, for example, they're better than the last year's under-7s when our under-8s
100%.
Coming through. And you look at the under-8s and they're an improvement on the under-9s that have been here, and so on and so forth. Now, I mean, arguably they're all at a very good level, but within all those age groups, even up to under-10s,
you get gradual improvement, right?
Gradual improvement. We play at a very competitive level.
Yes.
Those teams all have Kangaroos teams representing the club, and they love tournaments. And,
they've been successful as well.
They've been successful. It just brings the best out in those young kids as well. So how do we make sure that we retain that talent? It's always a challenge because you're facing other clubs that have better facilities, that have more established clubs, exactly like you said, have a history. Might have a lot more resources than what we do. So, inshallah, that's an area that we can build on as well. And we can get the community to back us a little bit more and get behind us and get that support, get those resources that we need to continue to build and move forward. And like I said, even looking at our teams, our junior teams, under 12s and under 14s, you can see it's a very promising future
100%,
for a lot of those players. And you can see, a fair few of them making it to a senior level.
Because they're the closest thing we have right now to
100%. They are the closest thing. So, they're probably still maybe a couple more years off.
Yes,
but they're not too far. And, in the near future, we might see some of them even, a couple of years, maybe even knocking on a door for reserves.
Absolutely.
And, that will give them a really good experience and understand what they need at that level. From a seniors perspective, like I said, even where we are right now, the results have been amazing. The on-field achievements have been amazing. the effort and the work rate that the entire squad and the coaching staff have put in has been amazing. So how do we continue that momentum? That will be, the task that we look at into next year.
Sure.
Again, we sort of refocus and we set our objectives. Hopefully that's us holding at least. I think that's the minimum for first, second is that you'll hold in State League 5, and that will now be much more competitive than it is
100%,
now.
yeah.
So, we'll be facing teams at the level of Bendigo, Maidstone, for example, and even Ocean Grove. So, we'll be facing teams at that level more regularly.
Yes. Yeah,
so, it's not going to be as easy as it is.
Yep.
Or
And I
has
mean,
been
the
this year.
opportunity of, even this year, for people who don't know, winning the league ensures that you play state championships, which would be amazing for the club, right? Because that would be the opportunity to be the best in the whole state for their level. It would be a fantastic potential opportunity.
Like I said, we're excited by any of those things. And honestly, like I said, first and foremost for the players. I think if the players turn up on the day as they have been with the right attitude, they can beat any team in State 5 in any division, probably even some higher. Exactly. So they play at a really good level, and they've built that. You've seen Jem, for example, come in over the last few weeks. He's been very exciting. I got to see his 2 goals live against Footscray, and they were really great goals. So, those types of players who can come in, fit straight into the team after a long injury. It just shows their character, I think. We've had Garba, who's been very exciting.
Garba's the little pace merchant.
So, they're a very exciting team. We've got Leonor. We've got Nick when he gets the opportunity to play. Again, he's a very hard-working, very disciplined type of player, winning the ball.
You've just got quality everywhere, right?
Everywhere. I can probably call out every single player.
Someone like Forbes, who gets no credit playing DM, but is one of the plays the most.
He's always
plays the most minutes on the team.
Looking at winning the ball. Rashidi,
the magician, as they call him.
So all of these,
absolutely.
all of the players, you see the quality, you see the camaraderie. That they want to achieve something together, and I think that's a real positive for us. So, like I said, how do we build on that? And a big part is how do we get more of that community engagement?
Sure.
How do we lift their profile, get that connection with some of the junior players? And sort of bridge that gap as well, because that's one of the challenges that we've got that maybe other clubs don't have. So and look, hopefully there are more players in our community, because there are a lot of players from our community that play at a reasonable, at a very high level, that see that success and are attracted to the club. Obviously we'll have trials towards the end of the year. So again, that's another opportunity for them to come and show what they can bring to the Storm as well. So I think it opens up some opportunities. It brings some profile to the club.
Winning always helps, right? With this kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
All right, beautiful. And I guess just last off, if you have any kind of things you want to say to the volunteers or any kind of acknowledgements.
Look, I mean, the thing I really want to say, and you're part of it, that's really exciting, and I think we want to sort of continue to build on, like I said, is really that connection with the club. The event we just had on Sunday, the Family Fun Day, it's been, it's a regular event that we hold. And every year we try and lift the level. Like I said, it's never perfect. But I think we had a really, alhamdulillah, beautiful day.
It gets better and better every year, 100%.
So that was a big positive in Melbourne's winter. But even just the turnout, the support, the volunteers that put all their hard work into supporting the day, that doesn't go unnoticed. That effort is really appreciated, and it really helps propel our club forward.
Absolutely.
So my call to action, I guess, if you'd like, is think about how you can get involved more with this club. Think about how you can support it. Whether that be by assisting by bringing resources, by volunteering, some sort of financial sponsorship as well. Alhamdulillah, we've had a lot more sort of community-based organisations get on board this year. But as the club grows, that need grows as well. The pressure on the committee grows. The amount of responsibility and all that sort of thing grows as well. So there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of responsibility. And if we can share that and all play our part, that makes a big difference. And it's not about anything. It's about building this club, for our future, for your children, for my children, for the generation.
I was like,
on the way, inshallah. We got to get you past step 1 first. But, look, in all honesty, it's exciting.
To build something that lasts for, other clubs that have been around for 30, 40 years. Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, it takes time. We're not naive or anything like that. Like I said, we've got a lot to learn. We've got a lot of things that we can do better. The main thing is that our mentality, our thinking is, we want to improve. We want to continue to do things better. Again, I've probably touched on it a million times, but we've got so many assets within our club, and they include our volunteers, our parents, the kids that are committed, the kids that are excited to put the Newport Storm shirt on, the coaching staff, particularly the junior coaching staff. You've got Nick, Fred, Juan, Abs. You've got Noor with the girls as well. That and Marwa as well with the girls as well. And I think they've been revelations. So the girls were really sort of excited. That was their first family fun day. And honestly, there were kids coming up at the family fun day and saying, how can we join? How can we play? And so, that builds that momentum within the community as well. So hopefully I haven't missed any of the junior coaches. No. I'm sure there are a couple more. But, the real heart of the club are the volunteers. That whether they volunteer on match days, whether they volunteer to referee, whether they volunteer at the events that we have. That's where you sort of, they're the real heart of the club. And that's where you really push forward. And the better connection they have with the club, the better identity they have with the club, that will propel the club forward.
Absolutely.
So, and we're looking at building that across the entire community, because I think we've said it before, we're a club by the community, and we're here for the community as well.
Absolutely. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on and chatting to us. It was an absolute pleasure to touch base. Hopefully we'll get you on after the season's finished, when everyone's celebrating all of the titles at every level that we've won. And obviously before Shepton, which will be massive for us. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you for coming on.
Thanks.
We have a bye this week for the seniors, so obviously it's going to be a very chill weekend. Yeah, no predictions. I don't know. The seniors are actually playing a very big game, friendly game against Congo Victoria, which will be pretty spicy. I reckon. I reckon there'll be some goals both ways. But obviously, so it's a chill time for them. But obviously, junior games will still be on Sunday. Yeah. So come down to the reserve, check out some of the home games. It'll be a really, really good time. You can meet the president himself if he's here.
We've got 2 away games this week. So.
Okay, so never mind, not the president. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. See ya.